Going. The question for this video is, are parlays for suckers? Before we start talking about them, let's look at the math. I'm not a math guy, so I'm not gonna get too technical about it. We're just gonna look at the probability of hitting parlays. Let's start with a two-team parlay, which is my specialty, and about 90% of my bets or parlays, I mean, is a two-team. And for that, you have like a 27.47% chance of hitting, which is not that bad. But then you go to a three-team parlay, the odds of winning are 14.37%. And then when you go to a four-teamer, your chances of winning are 7.52%. Normally, the most that I will ever usually parlay is a four-teamer. Every once in a long while, if I have a boost or I have an incentive, I'll do like a five-team parlay, but I almost never do that because, as you can see on the screen, the odds of winning that are 3.94%, which is like really low. And when you go beyond five, like you're going below like 2%, which is like, I'm not going to say that it's impossible because I've hit parlays that have more than five legs, but I mean, you could go months or years between hitting like something like a 6 or 7 or 8 leg parlay. But for the most part, I do straight bets. And my limit for the odds is minus 140 is the highest I'll go for a straight bet. Ideally, I would like to get minus 110 because like at minus 110, like it's like almost a 50-50 chance of winning. But for the most part, usually I'm getting realistically anywhere from 120 up to 140. Usually it averages around like 130, 135. But as far as parlays, I mainly do a lot of two-team parlays, and I can consistently hit that like multiple times a week, which is why I like playing them. And every once in a while, I'll throw in a three-team parlay, but those are very difficult to hit. Like I usually lose it by one leg, and it's when that happens, it's kind of brutal. Four teamers, I hit that every once in a blue moon, but for the most part, I'm donating. I only do a four-teamer if I have a like phenomenal boost. There's got to be a reason for me to do four teams. And honestly, sometimes when I'm up, I get a little too greedy and I try to hit it like a big one because I think the reason that we all do parlays because we can bet like a little bit of money and the chance of getting a big payday or payout. I mean, that's why we do the parlays. Even though I think most of us are smart enough to know that the math is against us. I mean, you look at the three-teamer at like 14% basically, and then five-teamers is less than 4%. So it's, I mean, I can see why parlays are so popular, but I mean, as long as you know that most of the time you're going to be donating, and you, I mean, I don't want to preach to anybody because, like, I mean, it's your hard-earned money. Like, nobody should tell you what should be doing with your hard-earned money. Um, I try to bet, or I do bet what I can afford to lose, so I don't sweat it. I hope you guys do the same. But the whole point of this video is that even though parlays are hard to hit, they can be lucrative if you hit them. But you have to be realistic that hitting a parlay is very difficult, which is why I mainly do 2-team parlays. And I'll be straight up with you, like, even though I do hit them multiple times a week, I lose them multiple times a week too. Like, and the majority of my bets, I would say 90%, or hell, even 95% are straight bets, and then less than 5% are parlays. And of the parlays, like, I won't say 90% of that are 2-team parlays, and how I wouldn't even say like 95% are 2-team parlays, and then 5% are like 3-team and 4-team parlays, and then I rarely ever do 5-teamers. Well, let's get on with this video. The whole reason why I'm doing this is, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering is, like the title says, parlays are sucker bets, or for suckers. Let's look at some of my parlays, and then at the end, you guys can decide for yourself if parlays are for suckers. I like playing them for fun, but long term, I know that they're long shots, and it's almost like winning the lottery. But you can win a lot of money playing them, and I like to mix them in because, I'll be honest with you, doing like straight bets every day kind of gets boring. Because like in one parlay, I can make, win, what takes me like a couple of weeks or like a month, straight betting. So, let's take a look at some of my parlays. We'll start off with like a 2-team parlay. This one is for the MLB. Looks like it was one leg with some Mets and Yankees to win. That was the money line. This is a typical of the two-team parlays that I do. And when I say 2 teams, I mainly do team money lines. I rarely do like player props. But this was a $50 parlay, and I mean, this leg is okay, minus 140. But the juice on the Yankees was minus 190. I tried to keep the second leg around minus 200. Maybe minus 250 max. But as you can see, the payout is not that great. Because I mean, normally like 2-leggers, I'm doing like $50 because I mean, when you lose, it kind of adds up. But this is like a typical of how I'll put the 2-leg parlay. So let's take a look at another thing, 2-legger. Okay, I had it working. All right. Okay, this one on Kalshi, and it was Baltimore to win and New York to win. What I don't like about Kalshi is, one, it's not that I don't like it's a prediction market, but since it's not a standard sports book, their format's a little bit different. But Yeah, unfortunately, the odds aren't here, but basically, it was a two legger that paid 169. This was a $50 wager, but on Kalshi, they when you make a $50 a wager, they take some on the money. I think that's kind of like their cut. So, um, like I said, this is like the typical uh, two team parlay for me. So take a look at another one. This and another one from Hard Rock. This is a three teamer. Like I said, I rarely do this unless I have like a strong read on the schedule. Most times, the board, the games aren't worth wagering. There's only a few spots that are decent, and most of the other games are kind of garbage. But the good thing about baseball is that there are games are like almost every single day, unless it's a holiday. Um, Typically, this one's not that great of a parlay because let's take a look at the Yankees and Cubs money lines. The Yankees are one was 190, and the Cubs one is 195. I mean, that's why it didn't pay so much. Uh, Typically, I like to stay around 140 where the Mets are, but this is a parlay where the Yankees and the Cubs are sort of strong favorites. Sometimes the trade off is um, if you're putting together a parlay and you're putting like heavy favorites, well, they're heavy favorites for a reason because they're the most likely going to win, and you're going to hit your parlay. But the trade off is you win less money. So, um, uh, hopefully, like me showing you some of my parlays will kind of give you an idea of how I put them together, and that helps you with your parlays. So, uh, so let's take a look at the next one. This one, another three legger. Uh, it's $100 one. Must have had a strong read on this, and they had a 33% boost, so that's why I paid six. But yeah, this one's a little bit better. The Rays at minus 105, Brewers minus 150. And as you can see, there's always one leg. You'll see in my parlays there's always one leg that has a high juice. The Phillies minus 175. But the reason I do that is the higher chance of winning. Like the way I put my parlays together, it's mostly composed of favorites. I'll rarely ever put like a plus money like dog, like a plus 1.5 like run line. I prioritize like winning instead of like positive expected value. I know long term like the plus EV plays will pay off, but um in my experience when I've tried to um make parlays that are plus EV, in the short term I'm losing. um and supposedly the math says you're going to win long term when you get a bigger sample size, but I'm trying to win now. I mean, like, I'm not trying to win later because I know that might some people might disagree with me, and that's fine. Like I said, you're free to do whatever you want with your money. So I mean, and like I said, I do what works for me. So this was a decent payout. I mean, it's not phenomenal for $100 bet. Like if I didn't focus or prioritize like these high juice favorites, like $100 bet, the payout should be like over 1,000. But when you are, putting together a parlay and then mixing it in like long shots or dogs, yeah, the payoff could be a lot like higher than what I got paid here, but the chance of winning decreases, so that's the trade-off. Let's see what the next one is. Okay, this one, yeah, it's World Cup. I'm not a soccer fan. I find it boring, and full disclosure, I know nothing about soccer. So this was just one of those bets where I was just like donating, and just because it's the World Cup. So I mean, for a $30 bet, I mean it's a decent payout. But this is, like I said, I literally didn't put too much thought into this one. I just honestly, we just got lucky. I just got lucky on this one. So I'm not even sure why I included this one. I should just pass on it. Let's see. Our next payout probably is a four-legger, and this is where our odds of winning are lower. And like I said, I rarely ever play like four-leggers, and the payout's okay for a $50 bet. The way that I put my parlays together, I try to target close to, for me, for a four-legger, anywhere between, I don't know, like 400 to 500 is decent. Like I said, if I were to play more dogs, yeah, I could probably try to get a little bit higher. But as you can see, the Blue Jays are kind of high juice. Royals minus 115 is not bad. Cubs 165, and the Pirates were the only, like, I think, like, plus money dog. So I mean, there's not a lot to say. I mean, so I mean, you can just look at it yourself, and then maybe compare this parlay and how you guys make your parlays, and then hopefully it helps you. Okay. I think we just kind of passed. I was trying to say that for last, but this is from tonight. I think, is it tonight? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Um, got very lucky on this one. Blue Jays minus 130, Tigers minus 140, Rays minus 120, and Marlins plus 110. So this one is pretty kind of where you want to, I think, the what I want to be when putting together a parlay. Nothing too high on the juice. I mean, it's between, like, I don't know, plus 120 to like a one minus 140 ceiling. That's typically what I shoot for. The only outlier was the Marlins plus 110. Obviously, this was the long shot leg, and this is a nice payout. But I mean, honestly, the odds of hitting this are really low. I mean, most of the time, I'll hit like three and then lose the last leg, or like I can't count the number of times where, like, all the parlays hit lose by one leg. There are like so many parlays. But yeah, so let's go, keep going. All right. Well, this another four-legger. I think this is like a while ago. Like I said, like the last one's kind of an outlier. This is the typical ones that I usually do. Like like I said, between 400 and 500 for $50 on a four legger. I'm not really um adventurous as far as trying to bet a lot of plus money dogs. I mean, most of my parlays are comprised of favorites, and 99% of the time, it's the money line. Like I hardly ever do. Sometimes I'll throw in a like a first five inning, like or like for here, for example, the total runs, but for the most part, I should just do the team money lines. Um, so and that's yeah. I mean, this nothing unusual about this parlay. I think what made this worse is the 33% profit boost that he got from Hard Rock. Um, so this is kind of like I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of like the typical two team parlay that I usually play. Like I'll do one where it's like around minus 130, minus 140, and then I'll do a high juice team like the Yankees and the Dodgers. And I seem to have success doing this. Now, obviously, the trade off is like the payout is less than what it could be. I mean, for a two teamer, like a good payout should be around like 150, but the reason is at 130 because of the minus 190. But like I said, I would rather win less money than lose and win zero money. That's basically the philosophy of my sports motto. I know that sounds kind of like nitty, but I mean, it is what it is, and that's my philosophy. I don't chase long shots um because chasing plus EV plays, you can lose a lot of money fast. And this this philosophy or this like kind of parlay assembly kind of somewhat works for me, where I can consistently win. um I think we're almost done, but we'll keep going. Um, this is a this is a cow sheet for, believe it or not. Did we go through this? I don't remember, but whatever. This is actually a pretty decent payout for a two team parlay for 169. Like I said, for a two team parlay, I like to shoot for like around 150 is ideal for me. So I mean, I don't think I got a lot more to add, so I'm just kind of showing you how I put my parlays together. So this is a three teamer, and for a three teamer, this is kind of low. One because it doesn't have a profit boost, and two legs are like high juice. Yankees are one minus 190, and Cubs minus 195. That's um not sure if there's any more, but let's just keep on going. I apologize for the slideshow. It wasn't planned like this, but yeah. So I think that's it. So, well, I'm gonna end the video here, and I'm not sure if I answered the question. Are parlays for suckers? I think ultimately that's a question you need to answer for yourself. For me, um Our parlays for suckers. Yes and no, I guess. I know there's a cop out, but I think for the like the two team parlays, um, I mean they're winnable consistently. The three team parlays are a little bit hard to hit. Four parlays are possible, but they're still very difficult to hit. And anything more than four, it's not impossible, but it's really, really tough. I mean, in my mind, anything more than like a four leg or 14 parlay, you're pretty much donating to the sports book. So, well, I hope this helped you guys. Um, and if you like this kind of video, let me know in the comments, and then I'll make some more. If you don't like it, let me know, and I won't make any more. But all right, it is what it is. I'll see you guys.